All right, so yesterday we talked a little bit about tariffs and their history, but as Trump threatens more countries, especially with those like not so friendly to us, like China, miraculously, they just released 3 of our prisoners. I mean, that's crazy. More nations are looking back to America as the powerhouse we once were because everyone wants access to America's economy. The state of California is the world's 5th largest economy. The state of Texas is the world's 6th largest economy. That's just 2 of our 50 states. If other countries want access to that economy, Trump's going to have to make them play. He is making them play ball. Seth Denson, business and market analyst, and Hillary Fordwood, president of Stelmark LLC. All right, so Hillary, I want to back up out of this. A lot of critics of tariffs, but in the history of America, tariffs have gone as high as 60% on certain nations.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Delightful to be back with you, Carl, and my Texan buddy, Seth. A few things here with regard to tariffs. It's all about parity. This is economic warfare. Former President Trump is absolutely correct about tariffs. A few things. I used to head global business development of the KPMG Worldwide, based in Amsterdam. So I was all over Europe for 3-4 years. Do you know, Carl, you really basically can't ever spot an American car in Europe. Why? Do you know the EU imported $43.1 billion. Meanwhile, they only imported from us $6.1 billion. They have 10% tariff on American products. We only have 2.5%. That is why you don't see American cars in Europe. I'm sure every viewer has seen German cars here, European cars here. So all President Trump wants is parity. And now with regard to China and tariffs and tying this all together, you give me a naughty child, Carl, and I'll give you a weak parent. It's because China now knows they have to behave. The rest of the world knows they have to behave. They will lower their tariffs, and it's exactly with China. They have 40% tariff on our goods, and we only have 25% on theirs. Yes, we need to raise them, and yes, we need to get them to behave, and let's have parity.
As a meat-eating, gun-toting American, though, I think most of the Fiats they drive on the Autobahn would fit in the back of my Ford Raptor. So, I mean, like, that's part of the reason we don't fit our cars into Europe. But I want to get into this. You know, 1790, Seth, to 1860, the average tariffs, that's how we funded the federal government back then, okay? 60% on high, 1861 to 1933, which is, 1933 is just 15 years after we had the income tax come in. That was like one of the highest average tariff rates on manufactured goods. That was during the Industrial Revolution, and America was still on top. I mean, this is like basic stuff. It works, and yet people are still angry about it.
Yeah, Carl, and good to be back with you and Hillary, of course. But this is the reality. America is a superpower because of that time during that Industrial Revolution. We had many protective tariffs. And by the way, the great Abraham Lincoln said very clearly, give me a protective tariff, and I will give you the greatest nation on the face of the earth. He recognized that to be strong militarily and economically, we have to protect our own interests. And in a post-industrial revolutionary age, we have all these things going on with China and technology and IP and all of that. We have to have a strong tariff to protect our own interests, both economically and militarily.
Got to leave it right there. Seth, Hillary, appreciate you stopping by. Happy Thanksgiving.
Smashing, you too.